Today, we're diving into one of the most game-changing personal finance books ever, Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This book has seriously flipped the script on how millions of people think about money. And it all kicks off with a really simple but powerful idea. See, the whole story is built around Kiyosaki's two dads, and man, their views on money were polar opposites. His poor dad always said, the love of money is the root of all evil. But his rich dad, he argued, the lack of money is the root of all evil. That one massive difference in thinking really sets the stage for everything else in the book. So, who are these two guys we're talking about? Well, poor dad was Kiyosaki's actual father. He was highly educated, had a steady job with the government, but he was always struggling with money. Rich dad, on the other hand, was his best friend's dad. He was an 8th grade dropout who somehow became one of the richest men in Hawaii. As you can imagine, their advice was from two different planets. And this table just lays it all out. Poor dad's advice is probably what most of us heard growing up, right? Go to school, get good grades, find a safe job, don't take any risks. It's all about working for that paycheck. But rich dad's advice, he flips that completely. It's all about financial education, owning things, and learning how to make money work for you. Even a simple language shift from I can't afford it, which is a dead end, to how can I afford it? That opens up your brain to find solutions. This brings us to the first huge lesson from Rich Dad. It all starts with understanding the problem that most people are stuck in, a trap he famously called the rat race. So what is the rat race? Well, it's that endless loop. You get a job because you're scared of not being able to pay your bills. But then, as soon as you get that paycheck, desire kicks in. You start dreaming about all the cool stuff you can buy. So more money just leads to more spending, and the cycle just goes on and on, trapping you for your entire life. And you can see how the trap works right here. A salary comes in, but then it immediately flows right back out to pay for things like taxes, a mortgage, a car loan, all the usual expenses. And what's worse, as your salary goes up, these expenses tend to go up right along with it. So you end up working harder and harder, but you never really get ahead because your money just isn't sticking around. This quote from Rich Dad just hits so hard. The real problem, he says, is that people are working their tails off, but they don't have the financial education to understand what they should be working for. And it's not just a paycheck, it's supposed to be financial freedom. So how in the world do you escape this rat race? Well, Rich Dad's solution is actually incredibly simple. It all boils down to one single powerful rule. The whole goal is to make this switch, to go from working for money to having your money work for you. Okay, but how do you actually do that? Well, it all starts by getting crystal clear on two very simple words. First up, an asset. Now, forget all the complicated accounting definitions. Rich Dad kept it super simple. An asset is anything that puts money into your pocket. That's it. Think about things like a rental property that brings in rent checks, or stocks that pay dividends, or business that runs without you having to be there every day. And the exact opposite of that? A liability. A liability is anything that takes money out of your pocket. Simple as that. This could be your car payment, your credit card debt, or, as we're about to find out, maybe even the house you live in. And this is the picture you want to create for yourself. The rich focus all their energy on building up this asset column. Those assets, real estate, stocks, whatever, they generate passive income. That income then pays for all their expenses, and whatever's left over gets plowed back into buying even more assets. It becomes this amazing self-fueling cycle of growing wealth. This leads to another one of Rich Dad's big lessons: mind your own business. Now, he wasn't talking about starting a company from scratch. What he meant was your profession. Being a doctor, a programmer, a chef, that's not your business. Your real business is your asset column. Your job pays the bills, sure, but it's what you do with your money after you get paid that will really shape your future. All right, get ready for this next one because it's probably the most controversial idea in the whole book. It challenges something that most of us believe is a golden rule of finance. Is it possible that your biggest investment is actually a liability? According to Rich Dad, for most people, their house is not an asset. And why not? Because every single month, it takes money out of your pocket. You've got the mortgage, property taxes, insurance, repairs, utilities. It's a constant drain. It's not generating any income. It's a liability that people mistake for their number one asset, and it ties up a ton of money that could be used to buy things that actually make you money.
So, you see, it all comes down to a fundamental shift in how you think. It's not really about how big your paycheck is from your job, it's about what you do with that money once you have it. It's about what you acquire. And this really breaks it down so simply. For the poor, pretty much all their income just gets eaten up by expenses. The middle class, well, they use their income to buy liabilities that they think are assets, like a brand new car or a bigger house that costs them a fortune every month. But the rich, they use their income to buy assets that generate more income, kicking off that wealth cycle we were just looking at. At the end of the day, the book argues that whether you struggle or succeed with money isn't really about the economy or the government or what's happening in the world. It really comes down to what's going on in your own head. It's the fear of losing money combined with a basic ignorance of how money actually works that keeps people stuck.
And if you take away just one single thing from all of this, let it be this quote right here. A six-figure salary means absolutely nothing if all of it is flying out the door to pay for liabilities. Real wealth is built by making your money stay and grow. It's all about how much you keep and how hard you make it work for you. So, we'll leave you with this final question to chew on. Take a really honest look at your own money. After all the bills are paid, where does the rest of it actually go? Is it going off to build someone else's asset column, or is it building your own?